Hey, welcome back to the donbest.com studios. I'm Pat Williams, Mr. Jim First, checking in today. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
All right, let's talk some preseason NFL football. Jim, week 3, we're taking a look at the card. Let's start with a game on Thursday. Jacksonville in Baltimore. Baltimore 7, 41.5.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple of 8s show up on this too, which is kind of surprising. For preseason games, that usually doesn't happen. That's a big number. And Jacksonville's been scoring some points, surprisingly. This is not a good football team, and they don't have much fan support down in Jacksonville, but they are playing hard in the preseason. Baltimore doesn't have any real reason to play hard in the preseason. I kind of question any line that gets like over 6 or over 7. I would have to look at Jacksonville here. There's no coaching information out on most of these games yet, but Jacksonville looks to be the side I would think will come up as the play later on in the week.
And, Jim, I mean, I'll just say it right here. We're shooting this on Tuesday,
right,
and you like to get that coaching information usually the day before you play these games.
The day before or the day of, because you really want to know what the coach's plan is. I'm going to sit these guys, they're going to play 15 plays. I got the third string coming in for 2 quarters. You need to know that kind of thing if you're going to put money down and stuff. Right now it's a guess. I think Jacksonville plus the points is the right side. We will see a little bit later.
And before we talk about our next game, which is a Friday matchup, New England and Tampa Bay, Bill Belichick, unconventional when it comes to information, just like he did against the Eagles on Monday night. I mean, we knew a couple. I mean, we didn't have much notice,
right,
but then all of a sudden he decided to play nobody. New England 6-44 Friday in Tampa Bay.
Absolutely, Pat. It was a big surprise. Belichick didn't play anybody. The line moved. Everybody found out about it rather late. I was on Philly, and I was on the over, so I was very happy about the outcome. Foles played very well. Vic gets hurt early, doesn't play most of the game. You thought Vic was supposed to play like 3 quarters. He didn't. But the problem there was Philadelphia, their defense left the backups for New England march up and down the field. New England is loaded. Will they come to play here? They're playing a very, very poor team here. Tampa Bay's offensive line is horrible. Yes, they have some wide receivers where Freeman can throw it up and they can go get it because they're that talented, but this is a bad football team. New England can name the score. We're going to have to wait to see what Belichick decides to do.
And, Jim, I got to tell you, last year after the draft, you told me that some teams are going to be not too happy when Ryan Mallett gets in the NFL and they figure out he was a first-round talent available late first, second round that nobody took a chance on.
He was a great player in college. He had a couple problems, and we're not going to get into those here, but some teams passed on him. I think they made a big mistake. Mallett is going to be a superstar.
Jim, I got to tell you, Saturday preseason game, Buffalo won, hosting Pittsburgh, 40.5 is the total. Neither of these coaches really care that much about preseason, but at some time, and it looks like it's going to have to be Saturday, Buffalo's going to have to try to put something together.
They've been absolutely horrible so far, Pat, and their offensive line looks terrible. But if you look at this team, they have a lot of talent, and I don't know what they're doing, but I do feel that Chan Gailey is going to point to Game 3. This is the game at home that he's going to try to make a statement, hey, we are actually pretty good, and we can be optimistic about the season. This is a statement game, I feel, for the Bills. Pittsburgh, I don't think they really care very much about what happens in this football game. They're going to try to walk through this, show their stars for a little bit, and next week probably even less, and then go into week 1.
All right, Jim, you've been very good in the preseason, especially last year. You've started out very well this year. What do you got going on right now as far as plays for this weekend?
Well, Pat, last year, I should say, in August, I was 10-1 in my top plays. This year, I've started out the same way. Last week, I had my total of the preseason, an easy winner. This week, I have my game of the year in the preseason. I have some coaching matchups already. I know what their plans are on a few of these games, and one of them stands out where one coach is going to really, really try hard, and the other one really doesn't care very much. That will be my game of the year, and I'm releasing it right now, right here on donbest.com. Go there, sign up, and win with me.
He's Jim First, one of the best in the business. 42 years. I know you hate me. I'm not going to say it next week, but this week, 42 years in the business. Forget about it. All right, listen to me. Get Jim's play right here on our website. They're guaranteed winners. If the game doesn't win, you don't pay. Available right here, right now at donbest.com.